Alrighty, well, let's get started. Welcome to our functional fitness class, part of our Grow with GoGo series. Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services, all by calling one number, and that phone number is 855-464-6872. We also have a referral program, so if you go to the bottom of your GoGo receipts, there is a code. If you give that code to a friend, once they've taken their first service with GoGo, you will both receive $10 in credit. So just a nice win-win if you know someone else who might benefit from using GoGo. We also have a Facebook group, so if you ever want to continue any of our conversations online, you can find us on Facebook, and we'll share a link to our Facebook page in the chat. Alrighty, if we haven't met, I'm Aedra. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo. Today is functional fitness, so what do we need? We need a chair. Although this class is primarily standing, we do use the chair for balance, support, and sometimes even as part of our strengthening exercises. We also need some weight. If you don't have weights, so weights 1 to 3 pounds, but if you don't have weights, grab some water bottles, grab some cans. Also, if you don't have anything at all or you don't want to grab anything, you don't have to. You can always move through the motions without weight and just imagine that you're lifting something, and that will be plenty of work as well. I think that's it in terms of what you need. So with that, I'll stop sharing my screen. We are Friday, so there is no move of the week, in case you were thinking about that. I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to move my mic and I'm going to step back. So here in a moment, my screen will pop up nice and big. Just running right into the chair. Let's see here. V, can we spotlight me, please? All right, so we might sometimes there are technical difficulties. So if you're not seeing me nice and big, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to move your cursor to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen, and a box will pop up that says view. You'll pick speaker view, and then I'll pop up nice and big. Otherwise, if you want to see everyone else, you can stay with gallery view. But yeah, usually top right-hand corner, you click there, a box will pop up, view, and then adjust to speaker view. Okay. All right, let's just start in a nice standing position. We'll do some shoulder rolls back. And some shoulder rolls forward. Allow those shoulders to relax. We'll inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. And exhale, lower the arms back down. And again, inhale, circle the arms out and up. Do that 2 more times at your own pace. All right, and then go ahead and relax the arms. Let's take the feet a little wider than our shoulders, and we'll go into some squats. So we'll bend the knees, hips will go back, and then straighten the legs and release these arms. So I like to bend the elbows towards the chest as I bend my knees, and then straighten the legs and straighten the arms. So keep going here at your own pace. If you'd like to add your breath, we inhale on the way down, Exhale on the way up. So we're just warming up. These can be as big or as small as you would like. I'll just give you a side view as well. All right, and then go ahead and relax those arms, taking those feet a little closer to each other. Let's soften those knees. We'll inhale, open up the arms and lift the chest. And exhale, round the back and give yourself a hug. Keep going, follow your breath. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Of course, today there seems to be some big construction outside, so I apologize if you're hearing some other sounds. Couple more times, opening and closing at your own pace. All right, and then go ahead and relax the arms, straighten out the legs, and let's do some side to side bending. So reaching one arm down your leg, back to center, and then other arm down. We'll just keep going at your own pace. You can keep your arms relaxed the entire time, or if you'd like, you could reach one arm up towards the ceiling or even towards the side wall as the other arm goes down your leg, and then alternate or switch. Let's do maybe one more each side. And come on back to center. Let's take our fingertips to our shoulders and bend the knees. So the lower body is going to try and stay stable. So everything hips and below, try not to move. And we twist just our upper body. This can be as fast or as slow as you would like. All right, and then coming back to center, releasing the arms. You can shake out those legs. Let's go ahead and turn and face your chair, the seat of your chair. If you can't face your chair, you could find a table or a wall. Table would be slightly better, or a counter. We're going to come forward and place our hands on our support. Now, of course, if you're on a chair, hands will be comfortable. You could do hands on a table, or you could do your forearms on a table, right? Because the table is going to be higher. So if that feels more comfortable in the body, forearms on your table, or hands on your chair. You could also do forearms on the back of the chair. It's not quite as comfortable, but it's totally possible. So from that position, soften your knees a little bit. So there's no need to have completely straight legs right now. So let your knees be soft. And we're going to do some cat-cow through the spine. So as you inhale, chest is going to lift, tail is going to reach up towards the ceiling. So we're trying to create a little back bend or an arch. And then exhale, round your back like you're a scared Halloween cat. You're tucking your tail under and curving your spine. So we inhale, chest forward, tail goes up, stretch the front of the body. And then exhale, round, stretch the back of the body. Keep going at your own pace. All right, and let's go ahead and come all the way up to stand. You can shake it off. Go ahead and grab your weights if you have them. One on per hand. Really optional for the weights. It's not going to make a huge difference because we're going to be working our legs. And a couple of pounds won't make a huge difference, but sometimes it's nice to just have something to hold on to. We're going into some deadlifts. So I'm facing sideways just so you can see. You can keep facing your screen. So you'll let your hips go back and you're bending your knees. The difference from a squat here is our torso is going to come forward until our torso is about parallel to the earth. So with a squat, our chest is really lifted. But here for our deadlift, our chest comes forward. So it's about parallel to the earth. Notice that my spine is not curved. You know, earlier we were doing that Halloween cat position. We're not going into that position. We're also not back bending. We're keeping the spine neutral and then straightening the legs to come up. So we bend the knees, hips go back, torso comes parallel to the earth or close to parallel, and then we stand. Several things to think about. So not only is the spine staying still, you're making sure that your knees are tracking forward. Sometimes what I see is this, the knees falling in. We don't want that. So make sure those knees are tracking straight forward. Let's go a few more times. So this is option one. I'll show you several other options with later variations. If you want a little more challenge, you can imagine you're lifting something really heavy off the ground. You could also think about really pushing your feet down into the ground as you straighten those legs. Let's just do two more or so. All right, and then coming up, shaking it off. And we'll hold on to one weight. Let's hold on to the weight in our right hand. Left weight can go off to the side. We're doing some triceps. So coming forward, back in front of that chair again. Placing your hand, your left hand on the seat of the chair. Your right hand is holding your weight. Again, you could do this forearm on a table if that's better on your body. Knees can be soft. So again, if your legs are straight and that means that your back is rounded and curved like this, I don't want that. I would rather your knees be bent and your spine be neutral. If you can have a neutral spine with straight legs, that's fine as well. All right, so we're going into a row to a tricep extension. So we bend the elbow, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. The upper arm is at least parallel to the earth or higher. Then we straighten that right arm back behind us, re-bend the elbow, and lower the hand down. So we row, extend, bend, and down. Keep going at your own pace. Watching that that elbow doesn't droop down when you're straightening the arm, as well as when you're lowering from that straight position. All right, finishing that up. Come on up to stand. And we'll switch sides. So putting the weight in the other hand. Right hand now finds your chair or right forearm to the table. Spine is long. Left arm dangles with the weight. Knees are soft. We bend the elbow, row, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Then straighten the arm back behind you. Arm is at least parallel to the earth or higher. Then bend the elbow and lower the hand. Keep going at your own pace. Jaw is relaxed. Breath is smooth. So there's no exact breath here, but make sure you are breathing. Maybe one more. Great, and then come on up, put the weights off to the side, shake it off. All right, we're going to move into some balancing before we go back to a new variation of deadlifts. So if you'd like, go ahead and make your way so that you can hold on to something for support. So that could be the back of your chair, that could also be a table or a wall. You could do 2 hands on or 1 hand on and face sideways. I don't care, whatever feels good. So support yourself though with 1 or 2 hands. And we'll step 1 foot, let's do right foot, in front of the left, like you're standing on a tightrope or a balance beam. So standing on that tightrope or balance beam, you're holding on with 1 or 2 hands. And then for more challenge, you could let go of 1 hand if you have 2 hands. You could just hold on with 1 or 2 fingers, or you can let go completely. If you have let go completely and this is still easy, go ahead and close your eyes and that will make it more challenging. If this is hard, go back to holding on a little bit more and try and steady your gaze on something that is not moving. All right, let's go ahead and place our hands back to our support. Switch sides, so other foot comes in front. So we're standing on that balance beam or that tightrope, but now the left foot is in front. Again, you're holding on with 1 hand or 2 hands, maybe 1 or 2 fingers, maybe no hands. Steady your gaze on something that's not moving if you need more support. Close your eyes if you need more challenge. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to step out of the position and then come back. All right, if your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. Set those feet next to each other. 2 hands on your support. Chair or table, walk yourself back, upside down L. So we're moving towards our torso being parallel-ish to the ground. Our feet or our ankles really are underneath our hips. Legs can be bent or straight. Elbows can be bent or straight. Find what works for you. Hold for a couple of deep breaths. All right, and then come on up. Okay, so we're moving into a split stance or a kickstand deadlift for a little more challenge. That way there's more weight on one of our legs. So our traditional deadlift, which I'll do again here, is that bending of the knees, hips going back, torso coming parallel to the ground, right? That's our traditional one. We just did it a minute ago. Now what we're doing is a kickstand. So let's go ahead and keep the left leg planted and step that right foot back. The step back is less than a foot. It's a small step back, or it's approximately a foot back. My feet are on railroad tracks. We are not on a tightrope. That will make it very, very hard. So make sure that there is width between your legs. So left foot is in front, right foot steps back, the right toes are on the ground. If you're suddenly like, oh my gosh, I can't hold my balance here, you're just gonna go back to doing the regular deadlifts. You'll just do many more of those as we do the right and left of the kickstand deadlift. All 10 toes are still facing forward. Now we bend the knees and hips go back, torso comes forward. It's exactly the same, except for now I want you to think 80% of your weight is on that front leg. That back foot has no more than 20% of your weight. It's just there for balance, and then come on up. So we bend both knees, hips go back, spine stays long, and then coming up. We inhale down. We exhale as we rise. Keep going. Now for more challenge, just think about putting less weight on that back leg. You could transition from having 20% of your weight on that back foot to only 10%. or really only like 2%, and that just the big toe is touching there for a little balance. So that back foot is not about weight bearing, it's about balancing. Couple more. All right, coming up and we switch sides. Again, if you're doing the deadlift with both feet on the ground, you're just gonna do more of those. If you're switching sides, right foot is in front, left foot steps back. Again, make sure that you're on railroad tracks. So there's space right to left, and that your feet are only about a foot apart. You're not like a big step. This is not, we're not doing lunges. From here, again, 80 or more of your weight, percent of your weight is on that front leg or that right leg. We bend the knees, hips go back, and straighten. Torso tries to come parallel to the earth. If you need more challenge too, again, you think about putting less and less weight on that back foot so that that back foot is just there for balance. Couple more. All right, and coming up, shake it off. And let's go back to those triceps. So weight goes in our right hand. We're facing now the seat of our chair. Left hand is coming to the seat of the chair, or left forearm finds your table. Spine is long, nice neutral. Knees can be bent or straight. We row, bend the right elbow, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Then we straighten the arm back behind us for that tricep extension. Then we rebend and lower down. So we row, stretch, bend, and lower. Keep going. Maybe one or two more. All right, coming up. Switching hands, so weight goes in your other hand. Right hand finds your chair, left hand has the weight. Spine is long, knees can be soft. We row, straighten the arm back behind you, rebend, and lower down. Keep going. Couple more. All right, put the weights off to the side, come on up. Shake out those arms. Let's do a little shoulder stretch here. Bring your right arm in front of you, cross it over to the left, so across your body, and then use your other arm to hook the elbow, so the elbows kind of nestle together, to pull your arm close to your body. Let that shoulder lower away from your ear. Couple of deep breaths here. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So other arm comes forward, cross it over. Use your elbow to hook and pull the arms in. Shoulder moves away from your ear. All right, and release, shake it off. Okay, we're moving into some heel raises. We have a couple of options on how you do this for support. You could stand behind your chair or table, have your hands there, and do heel raises there. Your other option, which is sometimes fun, is to lean against a wall and let your heels be about 1 inch to half an inch away from the wall. Your glutes and your heart rate monitor height or bra line will stay against the wall. Your head might be away from the wall. So pick your variation, and we'll do 2 sets of these. So you could do one against the wall and one at your chair. So that's what I'm going to do, but you can do whatever you would like. Whatever variation you're in, all 10 toes are facing forward. Pick your choice. So either you're leaning against that wall or hands are on your chair. You lift and lower. Now, if you are using the wall, make sure that the hips or your glutes stay against the wall the entire time, that you're not thrusting your hips forward. Keep going, several more. These can be as fast or as slow as you'd like. Make sure they're controlled, so we have balance support so that we can be controlled, so that we're not just popping up and falling back down. Couple more. All right, and then letting that go, shaking it off. We're now going to do some overhead presses. You also have an option to do against the wall or away from the wall. So I'm again going to go against the wall for my first one and then away from the wall for the second one. So we're going to grab your weights. If you are going to the wall, you're just doing that same exact position. So feet are anywhere from 1 inch to half an inch away from the wall. Your hips are against the wall, and so is that heart rate monitor height or your bra strap height. Head might be off the wall. Now, if you are using the wall, use it as a teacher. So make sure that you don't pull those parts of your body off of the wall. We bend the elbows so that the hands are by the shoulders, and then we push the hands up towards the ceiling and then bend. So I'm going to show you a few off of the wall with a side view, just so you know what's happening here. We are not moving anything except for our arms. What I sometimes see is a thrust of the hips forward or a back bend to lift the arms. We don't want that. We want everything nice and stable and still, and to really make this a shoulder and an arm exercise. Arms would be off of the wall or away from the wall if you are using the wall. Couple more. All right, and then lowering those weights down, taking a breath. Whew. We're going back to those heel raises. So this time I'm going to go to my chair, but you can pick whichever one you like, against the wall or holding on. We'll lift up onto our tippy toes and lower the heels down, up and down. Sometimes nice to imagine that there's a wall behind you so that you can think about getting the weight back. Why would we want our weight to stay slightly back? So getting that weight slightly back means that we're going to get more weight on those calves. Whereas if we really thrust our hips forward to lift the heels, there's very little weight on those calves. So it's not very much work for those calves. We want those calves to really have to work here and hold our body weight. I don't care how high you go or how fast you go, make it work for your body. Couple more. All right, let's do a calf stretch. So if you're behind your chair, you can just stay there. Or go ahead and find the support for your hands. We'll step the right foot back, left foot stays forward. Feet are anywhere from 1 to 3 feet apart. Then bend your front knee. Both feet stay planted on the ground, especially that back heel. The goal here is to push that back heel into the ground. Back leg is straight. Give yourself a calf stretch. And go ahead and switch. Step that right foot forward, left foot steps back. Left heel pushes down, right knee bends. Really get that nice calf stretch as best you can. You can also move your torso. Sometimes that changes where you feel the stretch. All right, let's step those feet back towards each other. Overhead press. So grabbing your weights if you want them. This is plenty of work without weights if you go against the wall and are really true to keeping the low ribs, mid ribs against the wall and your hips against the wall. So using the wall or not, you're going to push your arms up towards the ceiling and bend. Again, being really honest with yourself. Try not to shift anything except for the arms, which might mean that your arms come a little bit forward. They're not necessarily going to be directly over your head. Couple more. All right, and lower those arms. The weights to the side for a moment. You can shake out those arms. Go ahead and reach your arms back behind you. Hands can be separated or feel free to interlace your fingers. Just open the chest a little bit. And release. All right, so we did 4 primary exercises today. Deadlift, row with tricep extension, heel raises, and overhead. We're going to do all of them one more time with no break in between each one, except for the transition. If you need to take a break, listen to your body, totally fine. For the deadlifts, we're going to do the one with both feet next to each other. We're not going to do the split stance. All right, so we'll start with the deadlift. So let's grab our weights. Last thing, and then we'll do a few stretches if we have time. Moving into our deadlift, we bend the knees, hips go back, torso comes parallel-ish to the ground, then we straighten the legs to come up. Keep going at your own pace. If you want to add the breath, inhale down, exhale up. Imagine that you're lifting something heavy if you need more challenge. Make sure your spine stays neutral the whole time. I don't care how low you go. I care that you're not moving your back and that you're actually moving your hips and your legs. Couple more. All right, go ahead and move over for your tricep extension. Row with tricep extension. Weight is in the right hand. Left hand finds your support or left forearm finds your support. Knees can be bent, spine is long. We bend the right elbow, row. Straighten the arm back behind you. Bend and lower down. We row, extend, bend, and lower. Keep going. Maybe two more. All right, come to stand for a moment. Switch sides. Weight goes into your other hand. Right hand supports you, left hand has your weight. Spine is long, knees can be soft. We row, squeeze the shoulder blade towards the spine. Straighten the arm back behind you, rebend and lower down. Keep going. Maybe two more. All right, put the weight down, come on up. Stand against the wall or grab a hold of the back of your chair or a table. We're going into heel raises. All 10 toes face forward. Heels lift up and down. Up to you how high you go. Try not to move the pelvis, so it's not about thrusting those hips forward. Couple more. All right, coming down, grab your weights, overhead presses. Again, you can be against the wall, hips and heart rate monitor height against the wall, otherwise away from the wall, but try not to move your spine. Push the hands to the ceiling and bend. You don't have to have weights, so if you're starting to feel really tired, you don't need to do this with weights, no problem. Maybe one or two more. Woo! Put those weights down. Stand behind your table or chair. Step the right foot back behind you, 1 to 3 feet back. All 10 toes face forward. Front leg's going to stay straight. We're going to hinge forward, bending the elbows, bringing your torso towards parallel to the earth. It doesn't actually need to go there, right? From upright, it's moving in that direction. So we're looking for a stretch somewhere along the back of the leg. We're trying not to find that Halloween cat back, right? We want a nice neutral spine. Because it's about stretching the back of the leg and not stretching the back of your back or the back. Lift the torso, switch sides, right foot is forward, left foot is back, 2 straight legs, all 10 toes face forward, feet are anywhere from 1 to 3 feet apart, depends on the length of your legs. Hinge forward from the hips. So again, the spine's not really involved. It's that pelvis rolling over your thigh bone. Two more breaths here. And lift your torso up. Come on up. Let's do a tricep stretch. We'll bring that right arm, I'll mirror you. Right arm up towards the ceiling, bend the right elbow, hand goes behind the neck or the shoulders or the head. Grab a hold of the elbow with your other hand. Let's go ahead and switch sides. We bend that left elbow, left hand goes behind the head or neck. Grab a hold of the elbow with your other hand. Go ahead and release, shake out those arms. Let's do a quick seated stretch for like 1 minute. Go ahead and find your seat. We'll do a figure 4. So options, cross the right ankle over the left ankle, let the knee open out. You could put the foot up onto a stool, or you can cross your ankle over your thigh. You're also welcome to sit up onto something higher that will make it less intense. With any of those variations, you can stay still or you could lean a little forward. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So left ankle can cross over the right, knee can open out to the side. Foot can be up onto a stool or any kind of footrest, some sort of support, or foot can cross over the thigh or knee. You're welcome to stay sitting tall or to lean a little forward, intensifying the stretch. Jaw is relaxed, breath is smooth. And then sitting tall, releasing the legs. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose, fill your lungs. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. One more time, deep inhale. And let it out. Awesome work, everybody. Thank you so much all for being here. So now we have time if you have any questions or thoughts. I'm sorry if there was a lot of background noise. Hopefully you could still mostly hear me and not the other stuff going on. It's now quiet, of course, as we end class. But the floor is yours. If you have questions about our yoga or a functional fitness class, now is your time.
It's another great class. Thank you.
Thank you. Wait, Thanks, Pamela. Vicky, were you gonna say something or are you just waving?
I
I was
had a question.
Yeah.
When that last stretch we just did, where the knee with the leg crossed over,
Mhm.
we're trying to stretch the hip muscle in the leg that's crossed, right?
Yeah, we're stretching kind of the outer hip glute area, like this region of
Okay,
the top leg.
okay. It's just very tight, so it wasn't stretching much, but that's what I thought we were aiming for.
Okay. Yeah, so in which case maybe the stool is the right, kind of the correct height if it's feeling really tight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are you getting your foot over your thigh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it feels like it's too much doing that, then I would say put your foot up. Here, I'll show you. I don't have a stool, but I have a block, so. Um, so if we were to do that, then you could do height like that. That would be pretty good. And then also thinking about the spine. So when you're at a lower height, we can really think about the spine. So if we're tucked under, you'll actually lose a lot of stretch. Whereas if you think about bringing your sits bones, so those hard bones in your bum, back behind you, then you'll get more stretch. So some
Yeah,
things you can play with.
that makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm still having difficulty doing the toes, raising my heels. I can't quite get them up and I guess and stay in balance. Foot is very tight. My feet are very tight.
So you're having a hard time lifting your heels when we're doing the standing heel raises.
Mm-hmm.
So and you're saying that the challenge is the strength or the balance?
It's the strength, actually being able to lift the heels and get up on the front of my foot.
Yeah. So couple things you can do. You also mentioned foot stiffness, so like rolling the bottoms of the feet. Great thing to do to get more mobility in your foot.
Okay.
I'll just show like a 2-second version of that, but then I'll tell you what you can do to strengthen the leg in another way. So you would do the standing. I'm just going to stay crouching so that it's easier. But, taking a ball, tennis ball, anything, lacrosse ball, rolling the bottoms of the feet can really help. Just with more mobility. And then if the standing heel raises, and this goes for anybody, if the standing heel raises are too much, there are several options. One option would be to go to the seated, grab your weight, put the weight on one leg.
Oh, okay.
So 3-pound weights probably won't be heavy enough to make this challenging. But if you put a 10-pound weight here, or even use the weight of your body against it, it will suddenly become a calf exercise that is obtainable, but still challenging. So that's a nice step up. Another thing you could do, if you have some kind of stretchy band, would be to lasso your foot with that stretchy band.
Right.
Let me grab one. I would do this probably laying down, but you could also do it seated. It's a little bit more work seated. So I'd lasso my foot with the band, and then I would point and flex my foot. And so there's some resistance there as well. So those would be the kind of stepwise steps to get to the standing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A wonderful holiday, everybody.
Yes, have a wonderful holiday. I hope you all have some extra time on Monday.
No Monday.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, one more thing. Only a few of you here, but I'm out next Friday, so Carol will be teaching. Have fun with her. She's awesome. I know most of you, or many of you, have seen her before. I'm in a training, so she'll be here on Friday, but I will be here on Wednesday. So come to both and have a wonderful weekend.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You as well.
I will. Thanks, everybody.